we check into a hotel the other night. We drive overnight for we finish filming.
Right.
And then we drive overnight for 2-3 hours, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And we arrive, I don't even know where.
We drove from Austin to
Brenham?
Houston, right?
Brenham.
That's right. Brenham.
So that's where this was?
Yeah.
So in Brenham, Texas.
No. Where the Roach was?
No, where my hotel room was.
Oh, Brenham. That was Brenham, yeah.
We get to this place, and we pull up at 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
Okay? We filmed all day. We drove through the night. We get to Brenham. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Right.
We go to check in. Now, once we check in, side note, a little bit boring, but I have to write and do stuff for the next morning.
Sure.
So I still have work to do before we check in.
Right.
We have to wake up and be checked out, I think, at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something crazy. So it's really just a pit stop.
Right.
We roll in.
My room was fine.
We roll in, and our crew had gotten there before us and checked us in. So we all took our keys. We got our keys and went up to our rooms. We split up. I go in my room. I open the door, and I see a garbage bag on the floor. I'm like, oh, all right. I guess there's a loose bag or something, I guess. I walk in a little further. Another garbage bag on the floor, along with food, French fries, cereal, all this shit on the floor. I go another step forward, and then where the room opens up, and I look, and all the sheets and pillows and blankets are ruffled and taken off the bed.
It looks like a poltergeist went through there, right?
Yeah, well, so at that split second, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, someone's in here still. They somehow gave me the key to a room someone's still. I run back out. I'm like, holy, that spooked me. I knock on Murray's room because he's next door to me. I tell him, he's like, holy shit. He said, we got to go see if someone's in there. So we knock on the door, and nobody's answering.
I do want to interject on that 1 second. Because we do tend to, on the show, rip on Murray a lot. Right?
Right.
And we get that question all the time, like, do you guys really not like him and blah, blah, blah. We do. We love him.
Yeah, of course.
He is always up for adventures and shenanigans.
Yes.
Like, he's the guy. You knocked on the exact room.
Right.
He's the guy that wants to investigate. I've never had more fun in an amusement park than anybody but him. Like, that's where he shines.
If you're going on an adventure, he's the guy.
Call Murray.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. I mean, we play a lot of that stuff up on the
yeah.
show. But,
we also hate his guts. But, you know.
Can't stand the fucking guy. So, we go into the room, he leads, and he turns the corner, and like a fucking asshole, he gets a face, he puts on a face like he's seeing a poltergeist.
Right.
And he's 2 feet ahead of me, so he's looking around the corner of the room before I can see it, and his face goes pale, and he goes, oh my God! And I scream like a fucking... I screamed, man. I screamed. You know, I don't like to get scared. I screamed. I ran out. He's hysterical laughing. And
he just did it to fuck me.
He just did it to fuck with me. So I go back in. Dude, the room is trashed.
Mm.
There's a bowl of clam chowder.
Oh, that's gross.
Open.
Right.
There's pizza, there's dirty napkins, wrappers, there's Lunchables ripped open all over the place. The desks were full of grease and what looked like butter. I turned, and then there was a marble sink. It had a garbage bag in it filled to the top, maybe like a 10-gallon bag, clear bag, filled with garbage. Cans, papers, magazines, everything, just garbage, trash everywhere. The bathroom towels on the floor, cups, napkins in the tub. Mm. It was disgusting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I figured you guys played a joke, like the crew played a joke on me, maybe?
Right. Although they're not that type of crew, though.
No, I don't know.
Very friendly with them.
Especially knowing, like the strain we were on this week, checking in at 1:30 in the morning. So I go down, I'm like, great. Now Murray's like, good night.
Adventure's over.
Adventure's over. Murray's like, oh, sorry, buddy, I'm going to my room. He's like, you can stay in my room if you want. I'm like, nah, I want my own room. You know,
sure.
like, I want to go to sleep. So the hotel is silent. No one's there.
Right.
So I go downstairs. I walk up. There's 2 people working in the whole hotel. Okay. I won't even say the name of the hotel.
Sure.
I won't say the name. There's a woman and a guy. Okay. And I go downstairs and I walk up and I say, hi. I just came in about 5 minutes ago. My room, either someone is still in it, and is not there right now, or it's trashed. And the lady says, that's impossible. So I said, well, why do you say that? And she says, because the person that was in your room before you is a VIP.
So you're a liar.
Right. I don't know what, like, so
Yeah.
what do you, like,
What's your theory then?
I came down at 1:37 a.m. just to tell you a funny little lie and then hop away. Well, I said to her, well, that's all well and good, but he's a VIP slob.
Sure.
He trashed the room. She said, well, there's no reason for him to do that. I said, you know what? Let's not argue the merits of this guy's character at 1:37 a.m. Give me another room, and then you can go see the room for yourself.
Right.
To which she says to me, I'm sorry, there are no other rooms.
Right.
And I said, that's a joke. And she said, no, it's not. And I said, it's Tuesday in Brenham. It was a big hotel.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I get it. And then I said, you know, they're playing a fucking joke on me. They got it all the way down to the lady at the front desk. I said, this is a joke. You're joking. When my crew set this whole thing up, she's like, no, I'm not joking with you at all. I'm like, there's not a single room for you to put me in. She says, no. I said, well, what are the options here? She says, well, I'll have to go upstairs and clean it. Give me a half hour. To which I'm like, it's 1:37 in the morning.
Right.
I said, I don't mean to be like I don't mean to be out of line. I said, but that's unacceptable.
Right.
I have things to do right now, and I have to be up in a few hours. Like, this is not what happens when it's 1:30. Like, you guys have plenty of time to rectify this situation. Like, why is my room trashed?
Right.
So she closes the front desk. She locks the front door of the hotel.
Right.
And the two of them follow. And this is a nationwide brand name chain
Sure.
of hotel. They go up to the room. We walk in. I'm like, look. And she's like, oh, wow. And the guy's like, whoa. And she's like, I can't believe it. I don't understand why he would do this. And I'm like, would you think I was lying? And I was like, look, I can't wait a half hour for you. Like, they started cleaning it with me in the room. It was the most awkward thing. Like, I was holding my backpack and my luggage, and they were, like, pulling the sheets off the bed. She's, like, cleaning up clam chowder. And then she tells the guy, go get the vacuum. I was like, listen, I said, guys, I can't stay here. I got news for you. I can't even stay here anymore.
Right.
I'm not supposed to see this part.
Right.
my eyes and we're not supposed to see that as customers. Like, I've seen behind the curtain now.
Right.
Like, I've seen Oz.
See, I thought that you would maybe be interested to see exactly the process that goes into it. But
The process that goes into it is they're going to do the best they can to make it look. I never thought, like, I try not to think of this when you check into a hotel. You've heard all the stories. There's load everywhere.
Yeah.
There's fucking everything.
Don't ever touch that remote for the TV.
Don't ever use the glasses.
Right.
You know, you've seen the reports. They wipe the glasses with the same thing they wipe the toilet with. Like,
Right.
you know it. But you still don't think you block it out.
Right.
Well, I saw it. And I said, I said, this curtain's been pulled back. I can't come back in this room.
Right.
Now, the person that did this laid in that bed. Like, the fibers absorbed him.
You're right. There's no separation.
No way. I said, I'm not supposed to. I said, I got to get out of here. So she was nice enough to call a hotel that was in the next lot, per se, and get me a room there. To which she says, because we had driven there, and this is the thing, we're driving to the hotel on the GPS, and the GPS.
Oh, fucked us up.
The GPS literally goes, I swear to God, the GPS, which you don't even think it's in their vocabulary, it's like, she said something like, you're gonna have to pull over and walk the rest.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's like pull over, park car, walk to destination as it is inaccessible from the road. And we're like, what the fuck?
It's a major hotel.
Right.
And Joe's did the same thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like that. It was like it almost like it was a weirdly informal.
Yeah.
It was almost like, it was almost like,
I can't believe I'm saying this.
You're going to have to pull over and walk the rest of the way. I've done all I can do.
Right.
So we walked across a field to get there. And then she tells me, I said, is there a way to get to the hotel? She says, yes. So she says, follow me. So I'm carrying 2 backpacks and a big luggage.
Yeah.
And I wheel it. She takes me to the end of the parking lot. She tells me there's a path.
Right.
The path that she takes me to the end of the parking lot, she points at shrubs, thick hedges.
Sure.
And says, you got to bust through there.
Right.
And then continue on to the next hotel.
Well, that was the parking lot we parked in because what we decided to do in answer to the GPS is drive over a field.
A field, yeah.
And when I say field, I mean a field. There were deer.
Yeah, there were deer.
In the field.
We hopped a curb, went up a little mini hill.
Right.
It opened up into a sprawling plateau.
Field.
And we drove across it. We ripped up some grass. There was deer everywhere.
Yeah.
And then we hopped another curb and went to we literally went off-roading
Right.
to get there.
Because we were just like, fuck it, we're tired. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Yes. So now she tells me, bust through these hedges and forge ahead.
Yeah.
And ahead of me was no joke. It was 150 yards of grass. And I took a picture because when I got to the next hotel in the elevator bank, there was an aerial shot of the hotel that I was in, an aerial shot.
Okay.
And you could see the full on grounds from the last hotel to this hotel.
Yeah.
And it's literally like a football field length that I walked across, dragging my luggage through like fresh morning dew. It was so horrible.
Yeah.